Hi, it's the M.L.M for the Soul channel, and if you've never watched my channel before, I now have about 15 videos up, and if you want to learn more about what M.L.M for the Soul actually is, please do definitely check out my first video first so you'll know what everything is that I am doing here. So the topic I came up for today just came to me for a couple of reasons which I'll explain. But before I get to that, I want to say that may the words and expressions of my mouth and the thoughts and meditations of my heart find favor for you, Hashem. And I also want to thank some people who were instrumental in getting me to where I am today. Of course, Hashem is the first one and also the number one. And then the people that have helped me, which are messengers of Hashem, Rabbi Shalom Arush, Rabbi Lazer Brody, Rabbi Yosef Mizrahi, Rabbi Eli Mansour, and I will have links to their sites below this video. So the topic for today is called A Missing Link. Like here are some links in a chain. Or, why do I keep fixing things? So I came up with this because I was thinking about the other day how we could take it from both angles, from the material and the spiritual, which we call the Gashmius is the material and the Ruchnius is the spiritual. So if you think about the missing link in your physical life, like what is it that you're doing that may be working, and then what is it that you're missing that if you add it or maybe subtract it, it would add to your life. So let's go back to this chain, this gold chain I have. So if I were to take away one of these links on here, it would not be able to close. So it wouldn't be whole. It wouldn't be complete anymore. So it wouldn't serve a purpose. So in our life, for example, if we talk about the physical things that help keep us healthy, it's the food we eat, it's the sunshine and the fresh air and relaxation and laughter, and those are all things that could help, and exercise, of course. So if, for example, we have most of those things, but one of them isn't working, then that could be the area that could help us if we work on it more. So that's something to think about on the physical side, because, we forget that sometimes we do everything and then we wonder why things aren't always going exactly the way we planned. Well, we can't actually expect things to go exactly the way that we plan, because it's really not our plan. It's really Hashem's plan. Hashem has the master plan, as we say. He is the director. So it's the movie of your life, but He's really directing it. You have to figure out how you can do Hashem's will. I have to do that too. We all have to do that. I include myself in everything I speak of on these videos. So we have to learn how to get that part, find what is a missing link for you, and then if we want to take it to the spiritual side, missing link. So what are you doing and what could you be doing? Instead of thinking about what you're not doing or what you ought not to be doing, I try to put a positive spin on it, and let's say, what is it you could add? And when you add something, immediately the other stuff just seems to go away, because you realize that doesn't serve you, it doesn't serve Hashem. So, for example, well, maybe I could be more modest, be more tznius. Maybe, I can figure out how to do that, and each day try to do a little better with that. Or I could be davening a little more. I could be learning Torah a little more. I could do another mitzvah, do a gemilah chesed, show kindness to someone, help someone out, even if it's helping someone cross the street or helping someone open the door for them. So in our spiritual realm of our being, that's what's really the ultimate for us. That's what's really more important. So the physical is really there. The way I think about it, of course Hashem gives me the insight, is that the physical is there to help assist with the spiritual. So the physical is only the covering. What really matters is the heart of things. So if you, just like when you peel something, when you peel a fruit that has an outer skin, but the inside is what you want. The outside is just protecting. It's just there to cover. It's there as a shell. It's not edible. It's not something that doesn't serve you, but it does serve to protect what's inside of it. Because if that skin or covering was not around that fruit, then chances are that you would never be able to eat it because it would always spoil. So that is the way that Hashem puts a protection, just like also the sun. The sun has a protective cover on it, because if not, then we would not be able to survive from the heat of the sun. So it's exactly at a certain point in the sky and a certain temperature, everything it doesn't exceed, because it's able to we're able to still keep alive. So the same thing. So same thing with our spiritual. So the spiritual we have to really focus on. The physical is just there to help it out along. And then the other part of what I mentioned is I said, why do I keep fixing things? So this came about with one day I was doing the laundry. And of course, you're thinking about something physical, material. And then I noticed that in something that I washed, there was a little hole. I says, oh, something else to fix. Then I came up with, wow, what is this trying to teach me? So what we ought to do, each one of us, myself included, of course, and I always reiterate that because I want people to know that I'm included in this same stuff that I'm sharing with you. So the idea is, what is this coming to teach me? So everything that comes through in our lives is there to teach us something. So what we have to do is trying to transmute it. Like, don't keep it at just the physical level. Like if something happens to you and there's something that seems to not be going according to the way you would like it to, so ask yourself, well, what is it? What am I supposed to learn from this? What is Hashem trying to teach me? What can I get out of it? How can I bring this to elevate this to a higher level? So when I looked at this piece of this garment that I had, this physical garment that I had to fix, and I seem to do that quite often, I was thinking, okay, what is Hashem trying to teach me with this? Fixing, we say, if something's broke, don't fix it. Well, but if something is already in need of fixing, that means we have to check within ourselves, check within our spiritual selves. What is it in there that we can work on? Our tikkun is our correction for our soul. So what this was trying to tell me, what I got out of it is that, okay, Mindy, you need to start looking inside, look into your soul and see what it is that Hashem's trying to tell you need to work on. And maybe I'm not being told specifically, but I can always work on something. There's always something I could do more. I could try to be more attentive, have more kavana, say a bracha with more intention, even if I'm already doing it, or learn from someone something else that I never knew before, and listen when people speak to you so that you can focus on what they have to say, because we can always learn from someone, no matter how many times we hear something. Could be from the same person, could be from different people saying the same thing, but you are bound to learn something else if you really pay attention. So the idea is our soul is always looking to clean and clear itself and correct itself. So we always have to look inside to see, yes, what is it that I can do, Hashem, for you? What is it that I can do for your sake that will help my soul to do your will? Because that's what we're here for, to do Hashem's will and to bring light into the world and into the nations of the world, so that they too can realize the same thing that we do. Because we need to be an example. Like if we walk around, like for example, this chain I'm holding, it's a chai. I could show that to you if I can get it into the view of the camera. Here it is, a chai. It's a gold chai that I have. So if I, for example, would wear this out in the street and go into a store and have an experience and with somebody there, and they're not Jewish, but they see me with my chain and they know what it is, then it gives them, the idea to think, wow, this person is this, honest or good or kind or considerate or whatever they want to think. It gives them a better feeling of who we are as a nation. It makes them want to think better of us. And we want that. We want people to think better of us, that it ought to be that way. So if we're going to wear our hearts on our sleeves, so to speak, and be proud of who we are as a people, and actually show that physically by wearing things that tell other people that we are Jewish, then we need to also be there to emulate and show them our spiritual nature, who we really are inside. So that's what I was gearing on when I talked about fixing things. You can't fix someone else. So that's important to note. It's not about fixing someone else. Everyone has to find their own way. I try to guide and I try to give people information. Like I've been doing that recently on a site. I'm not going to speak particularly what that was about, but the idea is that I could see from reading about these people that there's a need for the truth, for knowing and for having information. The idea is they never have the information to learn about the truth. So as much as I try to come through to people from a loving place, because that's very important, and I feel like part of me going on this site was I was like, now that I see where people are at in their life, I don't judge them. I don't say, oh, don't do this or don't do that. I simply say, this is where I'm at. Where is it for you? Where is Torah in your life? What is your purpose of life? And then I share with them information that I hope will help guide them, because we all care. We all are one. We all come from one place. So everything we do relates to others. It all comes together. So that for me is important, not to just discount who these people are and say, oh, they're no good, or oh, look how they dress and they this and they that. Oh yeah, that's something you see physically. You don't really know how they are spiritually unless they tell you in writing, like, okay, I'm this or I'm that. But even so, I feel like it's not going to hurt for me to just suggest that these people have information where they can go to and seek out the truth and learn from people who already know and already can teach you the truth and give you the understanding for it. So I think that's very important, that people learn where to find the truth. And there's so much misinformation out there as well, so it's important to find the right information. So that's why some of the people that I mentioned in the beginning are people that are really able to share that with you in a very positive, loving way. And when you listen to them, you get it. There's no hiding or bluff or trying to pacify that everything is this way and you can just keep going with your life. Because don't forget, the life that we want is really the life that will be in the world to come. That's where we get our reward. We don't expect to get much of a reward here. If we do, then that means that Hashem is just giving us now, and later that's it. So even if you think you're being treated unfairly for some reason in this world, that's really not true. Everything you do is going to benefit you in the end, and Hashem is the ultimate of that. And I hope and pray that with all of us trying to do what we can to get closer to Hashem and to do everything for Hashem's sake, that we will merit to live and to see the coming of the Mashiach b'mheira v'yameinu. Amen. And thanks for watching.